just a warning there. I mean, if there are any kids out there watching that last sketch, that was, in fact, only ice cream. But the message is very straightforward. Kids, don't try and do what I did. Please don't drink paint. It is dangerous. Stick to Terps, it gets you pissed.
And parents, for God's sake, don't try to paint your walls with ice cream. It runs straight off and makes a hell of a mess of the carpet. Good evening. The 50s. Lonnie Donegan, Harold Macmillan, the bubble car, the Brillo pad. This week marks the anniversary of the time when the complacent world of British theatre was shaken to its very foundations, for it was exactly 27 years ago today that a burning young talent exploded all over the West End. I'm talking, of course, about John Upstart, the man who shocked and outraged audiences with his highly original play, Look Back in a Bad Mood. He became the first of a group of playwrights who we now know as the slightly irritable young men. They were determined to see the end of stilted scenes such as this on the British stage.
Hello? Daphne?
Georgie, you came.
Yes, just now, through the French windows. What's the matter, old thing?
It's Johnny. He's gone.
Gone? But how?
Through the French windows.
Last. I did so want to speak to him. Do you think I could catch him?
Well, you might, if you go out through the French windows.
Good idea.
With commercial theatres dominated by such great names as Noel Coward, Binky Beaumont, and Trevor Little, TV's comedy balloonist, it is no wonder that John Upstart should react against the stagnation of the times with an overwhelming, almost obsessive urge to make a few minor changes.
I think it's silly. I think it's bloody stupid. These plays are ridiculous. They've got lots of French windows in them. Well, I'm here to change all that. My plays don't have any French windows at all. They're real things, like real doors with handles that they go through it like that. And they'll have real people in them who talk about real things, like kitchen sinks.
What's the bloody matter, Daphne?
It's the bloody kitchen sink. It's bloody well blocked again.
Right. I'll go and get the bloody plumber, then.
Good. Why don't you go through the bloody door, then?
Good idea. I bloody well will.
Today, John Upstart is successful, lionized, and an alcoholic. But is he still as angry now as he was then?
Well, obviously I get a little tetchy now and then. In the mornings, who doesn't? And there are some things that make me very annoyed. Like the demister on the back window of the Volvo. You switch it on. I don't know why they put it in the brochures. What?
The French windows.
Yes. Well, yes. Oh, yes. Well, obviously I'm bloody annoyed about that. But I mean, it's not my idea. You see, it was the wife's. Because apparently it's much easier for taking the tea tray in and out.
Next week, we'll be looking at Jonathan Miller's Three Sisters and asking them, what is it like having such a pain in the ass for a brother?
I suppose you've been wondering where I've been for the past few days. Probably noticed me not being around. Expect you want to ask what I've been up to.
No.
Well, I'll tell you what I've been up to. I've been in court.
Oh, have you? Well, they found out about those porno tapes you keep under the bed.
No. I've been doing my jury service.
Oh,
I've been doing my duty. 12 good men and true.
Oh, really? What were you doing there, then?
I was one of them, wasn't I?
Oh,
I was
you?
actually on the jury. I was serving.
Really? So what was it like, then?
Very impressive experience. It was marvellous. All the pomp and circumstance, you know. The judge sitting there with his robes and his wigs, and all the barristers with all their robes and their wigs.
Why is it then when does a barrister like wear a wig? Is that because he's bald or what?
No, it's tradition. Goes back hundreds of years.
Hundreds of years. Well, I mean, they used to be bald.
No, they've got nothing to do with, I mean, they're not crown toppers we're talking about.
No, right, no.
I mean, these things are made of horses here, you know. horses there.
But they're white, though.
What? Obviously made with the hairs, you know, from white horses.
Oh, I see. But they're sort of like... They're like sort of short and curly, you know, like...
Well, they're obviously made from the short and curly hairs of white horses.
Well, like, well, they stand around for hours with that lot plonked on their head, do they?
Yeah.
Don't they smell when it gets hot then? Well, you thought like almost a horse when he gets sweaty, he gets a bit niffy, doesn't he?
No, well, it doesn't.
Especially in the short and curly area, doesn't it? I mean,
It was an awesome experience.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
It was. Passing judgment
Yeah.
on men who had come into the courts,
Yeah.
the law of the courts there,
Yeah.
to have judgment passed upon them. It's a very
Oh, yeah. Well, like
meaningful
criminals, you mean? Like
criminals
that,
are the real
Well,
thing,
like
mate.
murderers, eh?
That sort of
aye.
thing.
Yeah, and all them bank robbers and all that and
That's right.
everything and all that. Did you and them child molesters and everything? Yeah. What was your case then?
shoplifting.
Was it a very bad case?
It was
of
a very bad
Yeah.
case of shoplifting. As the judge said, he said, the man who is shoplifting this week will be blowing up banks next week.
Well, he stolen some dynamite, had he?
No, he'd stolen some tea bags, I think.
Oh, yeah. He blow up many banks with that.
No, but that's not the point. That's not the point. That's not the point.
No.
It's the principle here
I
we're
see,
talking
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've moved on to another case.
Oh, yeah. Well, then what's that about now?
Ooh.
Drugs, eh?
No. I am not able to talk about it.
Oh. Well, you fell asleep during the court.
No, I did not fall asleep. I just closed my eyes so I could concentrate better, that's all.
Yeah.
Now, the judge said that we mustn't say anything about this until the whole case was over.
Oh, so well, until you found him guilty, you mean?
You are so prejudiced. You know, he's
Well, that's
so
what's quite
prejudiced.
That's what he probably is, isn't he?
To
Guilty?
be a juror, you
Yeah.
have to have an open mind. This is
Yeah.
why I am on the
Yeah.
jury. This
Oh,
is
I
why.
see.
Look, I tell you, if
Yeah.
you was arrested,
Yeah.
if you was arrested,
Yeah.
you would be glad
Yeah.
for people like me on the jury,
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
you?
would, yeah. You're my friend, you'd let me off, wouldn't you?
What I'm saying is, a trial by jury is your fundamental liberty.
Is it? Yeah. It's a diabolical liberty, if you ask me.
It's one of your rights. You know what I mean? Yeah, like you trial by the peers.
That's right, yeah.
Habeas corpus.
Yeah.
And of course, obviously, the right to silence.
Yeah, that's a handy thing, isn't it? It'd be useful to keep you and stop me yabbing on, wouldn't it?
No, the right to no, that is the right to remain silent when the police have arrested you.
Oh,
You see?
what, even if they beat the shit out of you?
That is your fundamental right,
Yeah,
you
well,
see.
I want to be quiet then. I want to go, help, help, help! These policemen are beating me up, I want to say. Well, help me, help me.
Yeah, well, I don't
Still,
know.
it's a load of stupid.
I don't.
Fundamental right and liberties and
Look,
all
don't
that.
ask me why they do it. Don't ask me. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, am I?
No, but the judge, he's a lawyer, isn't he?
Of course he is.
And the barrister's a lawyer, isn't he?
Yeah.
And the lawyers, they're all lawyers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Why do they leave all the decisions to an ignorant pillock like you, then?